The creation of military weapons tends to involve a fair amount of expertise and experience. For example, while the creation of a primitive spear might seem simple and straightforward to us, it still involved the need to find a suitable stick to serve as the shaft, as well as some means of either binding or gluing the spearhead to it. Never mind the complexities involved in chipping a piece of stone until it has a sharp edge without ruining it for use in the process. As a result, it should come as no surprise to learn that military weapons tend to be relatively expensive, particularly when they are the best of the best. Already, the most advanced military weapons can cost millions, if not billions of dollars, which is why they're available to such a small number of military units in such small numbers. In the future, it seems probable that their price tags will rise higher still. 10. P-8A Poseidon. Type: Surveillance Anti-Submarine Plane. Total cost: $33 billion. Price per unit: $206.5 million. The Boeing P-8A Poseidon is an ocean patrol and anti-submarine aircraft. While it is combat equipped, the Poseidon's main function will be to patrol the skies with its state-of-the-art sensory equipment. While Boeing used the 737-800 fuselage as a starting point, it made major modifications to turn the airplane into an effective anti-submarine and surveillance vehicle. The company added the wings of the 737-900, which are necessary to support the 4 AGM-84K standoff missiles on hardpoints. The plane's cargo bay carries Mk-54 torpedoes and mines. The military has ordered 122 of these planes to replace its PC-3 Orion fleet. 9. CVN-78 class. Type: Aircraft carrier. Total cost: $34 billion. Price per unit: $9.78 billion. The CVN-78 is the first of the Navy's next generation of aircraft carrier. It was designed by Northrop Grumman, and the government ordered 3 carriers for delivery over the next 10 years, with the first carrier, the USS Gerald Ford, joining the fleet in 2015. Completed at $9.8 billion, it was the most expensive single piece of military equipment ever assembled. The massive carrier is intended to replace the long-serving USS Enterprise. The new ship is nearly 3 football fields long and weighs more than 100,000 tons. The flight deck, supporting more than 75 aircraft, spans an estimated area of 4.5 acres. The massive floating base also has 2 cutting-edge nuclear reactors equipped with evolved Sea Sparrow missiles for defense. 8. Joint Mine-Resistant Ambush Protected Vehicle. Type: Armored Transport Vehicle. Total cost: $41.6 billion. Price per unit: $1.6 million. The wars in Iraq and Afghanistan have posed a set of new problems to the US military. The biggest of these was the issue of roadside bombs, or improvised explosive devices, also known as IEDs. The military solution to this problem was the Joint Mine-Resistant Ambush Protected Vehicle, or MRAP. Development of the MRAP program began in 2006, and now there are more than 26,500 separate units on the Department of Defense's budget. The vehicles are produced by different contractors and come in different shapes and sizes, depending on their role, but most vehicles have a V-shaped chassis to deflect blasts from under the vehicle, as well as armor and glass capable of withstanding 50 caliber rounds. 7. Trident II missile. Type: Ballistic missile. Total cost: $53.2 billion. Price per unit: $65.7 million. Developed by Lockheed Martin, the Trident II is the latest and most advanced version of the US Navy's ballistic missiles. Equipped with a thermonuclear warhead, the Trident II is carried by most Ohio-class submarines, as well as some British vessels. The missile is 44 feet long and weighs 80 tons. Equipped with a 3-stage rocket, the missile is capable of traveling at more than 13,000 miles per hour and has a range of 4,600 miles. The Department of Defense currently has 561 Tridents on the budget, each worth more than $65 million, not counting research and development costs. 6. V-22 Osprey. Type: Tilt rotor transport plane. Total cost: $57.8 billion. Price per unit: $95.2 million. Boeing's V-22 Osprey is a prop plane capable of both extremely short takeoffs and landings (STOL), as well as vertical takeoffs and landings (VTOL). The Osprey is a tilt rotor aircraft, meaning its 2 38-foot blades can tilt upwards and allow the aircraft to take off like a helicopter. The benefit of the V-22 is that once it's airborne and the rotors are tilted forward, it has a much greater range than a helicopter. The Osprey, which serves as a transport, can travel up to 390 nautical miles without refueling, at speeds surpassing 260 miles per hour. There are 459 Ospreys currently on the Department of Defense's budget, each costing $95.2 million. 5. FA-18EF Super Hornets. Type: fighter jet. Total cost: $57.8 billion. Price per unit: $90.8 million. The Boeing FA-18EF Super Hornet fighter aircraft is a modernized version of the heavily utilized FA-18 Hornet. The plane, which comes in a single-seat E and two-seat version F, is primarily used by the Navy and stationed on aircraft carriers. The FA-18EF carries a massive array of weaponry, including a 20mm gun and 11 separate weapon stations which can carry air-to-air missiles, air-to-ground missiles, and laser-guided bombs. The Super Hornet is one of the few Navy fighters that will not be phased out by the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter. Each Super Hornet costs the military upwards of $90 million, not counting development costs. The Department of Defense has 556 on its budget. 4. F-22 Raptor. Type: stealth fighter jet. Total cost: $79.2 billion. Price per unit: $211.6 million. The Lockheed Martin Boeing F-22 Raptor is arguably the most advanced fighter jet in the world. It is also the most expensive, costing $211 million per jet. Just 10 of these aircraft combined are worth more than the GDP of Greenland. The DoD currently has 188 on its budget. The Raptor, which first came in operation in 2005, is an extremely fast stealth fighter and is designed to identify, track, and take out targets before it's ever actually seen. The fighter is equipped with 2 AIM-9 Sidewinder missiles, 6 medium-range air-to-air missiles, and 20mm Gatling gun, 2 1,000-pound bombs, and 8 250-pound bombs. 3. Virginia-class submarine. Type: nuclear submarine. Total cost: $83.7 billion. Price per unit: $2,552.6 million. The Virginia-class submarines are arguably the most advanced nuclear subs in the world. The Virginia is 377 feet long and weighs 7,800 tons, or the equivalent of 821 school buses. The massive underwater craft is produced by General Dynamics, Electric Boat and Newport News Shipbuilding, which are the only 2 shipyards capable of building nuclear subs. The Virginias carry 38 different weapons, including Tomahawk cruise missiles, mines, and torpedoes. While 8 of these are currently in operation, the Department of Defense has 30 of these $2.5 billion subs budgeted. 2. DDG-51 Destroyer. Type: destroyer. Total cost: $101.8 billion. Price per unit: $1,299.3 million. The DDG-51, also known as the Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, has been in service since 1991. By now, there are roughly 60 in active service, with another 15 in the Department of Defense's budget. Each warship is more than 500 feet stem to stern, with the second, larger generation of Arleigh Burkes displacing roughly 9,200 tons. The destroyer is produced by a large group of contractors, including Bath Iron Works, General Dynamics, and Northrop Grumman. The crew on each is roughly 350 servicemen. The newest generation is equipped with 2 vertical launching systems for Tomahawk missiles, a 5-inch gun, torpedoes, and an advanced mine detection system. 1. Joint Strike Fighter. Type: multi-role fighter jet. Total cost: $326.5 billion. Price per unit: $109.5 million. The F-35 Lightning II multi-role jet fighter, which is still under development, integrates advanced stealth technologies and sensor systems with supersonic speed. The military intends the relatively low-cost flexible stealth fighters to perform several different roles, such as air-to-surface, air-to-air, and reconnaissance missions. Lockheed Martin and its partners are developing 3 separate aircraft using one chassis. The F-35A will use standard takeoff and landing, and will be used primarily by the Air Force. The F-35B will have short takeoffs and vertical landings and be used by the Marines. The F-35C will be able to take off and land on carriers. The Department of Defense has budgeted nearly 2,500 of the aircraft, with each costing just under $110 million. The total price tag is $326.5 billion. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.